Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
Welcome back, guys, to our coverage of Indy Pop Con 2017. And today, we're hanging out with Ian for Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. It's the last day. I'm a little tired.
Yeah,
tired.
It's been a long con, but it's been good. It's a lot of fun.
Have you had a lot of people come by and see your game?
Yeah, tons of people played it, got a lot of good feedback, and just been an awesome experience. So.
Gotcha. So for those who don't know about Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, can you kind of give the elevator pitch about it?
Sure. Yeah, so Stacks on Stacks on Stacks is a 3D tower builder with realistic physics. It's inspired by like the weird side of Japanese 90s arcade games like Katamari Damacy or Super Monkey Ball. You've got goofy physics, bright colors, weird characters, different modes, just a lot of goofy, wild fun.
Gotcha. So a couple of things I noticed from the demo we played here, and you guys will see some of the footage, is there's multiple different types of puzzles, and within that, there's really cool background. So talk about the types of puzzles, how you determined what to put in, what to cut out, and just the process behind coming up with the puzzling aspect of it.
Yeah, sure. So our game has like a pretty simplistic like core mechanic in terms of being kind of like 3D Tetris with blocks falling from the sky. But to keep that from becoming dull, I wanted to add a lot of variation and different challenges and different goals to the game. So basically, I might have an idea come to me, and then the process is usually prototyping it in the simplest form possible, seeing if it's fun, seeing if it works, and then if it passes through that, then it gets added to the game with like a full fleshed out environment and graphics.
I think my favorite one, other than we played all the different ones on the demo, I liked the scale, where you have the weight, because then you have to think about, like you said, the mass, because initially I didn't think about mass of the object, I just thought about size. But the scale one, you have to balance between that.
Yeah.
How have you seen people react to that? Is it usually put the big ones on one side, small ones on another, or how?
I think the ideal strategy is definitely to like weigh down one as much as you can with heavy blocks, and then do like tall, thin blocks to build your tower. But the thing about it is, when people are confronted with that as a puzzle, like everybody has different solutions for it. Some people are going to pursue just balancing it out perfectly and building two towers at once, and I think that's really great. Like if you beat the stage doing it your own way, like that's super cool.
Gotcha. So tell us a little bit about the background art, because we went to the different worlds, and one of the things, again, I noticed was that you would go to different backgrounds, and they were cool to look at, but they didn't distract you. So
right.
What was the concept for the different backgrounds you had going on there?
Yeah, so a lot of it is balancing like colorful stuff, but also like contrast, so that at all times you can focus on the dimensions of the block, because like visual perception is so important in this game in terms of lining blocks up. So I use a lot of like flat gradient colors for the backgrounds and like low poly aesthetic, like solid, near solid colors to keep it really so that all the stuff on the main stage pops.
Gotcha. And the hardest one, which I'm sure you guys will see, is we failed 3 times when we played it.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I mean, it was the hardest.
It's the hardest one
in the demo for sure.
And what it is basically you can't go over a certain height.
Right.
What made you think of that concept? Where did that come from? Was it just like I need another mode, or where did that idea come from?
Yeah, so it actually grew out of like, I think I just saw like a cardboard box with the like don't stack, like fragile, keep this
don't
direction.
stack on it.
Yeah, and I was like thinking about just like, oh, like my game is about stacking towers up to a certain height. Like, what if you inverted it and it was all about packing in blocks below a height? So
gotcha. One of the cool things that it reminded me of is I played a lot of Tumble.
Okay.
In Tumble VR.
Yeah,
same concept as that. But the camera controls are really, really tight when it comes to rotating around, because I think with a puzzle game because it's an isometric point of view, one of the struggles you're going to have is trying to place those blocks around. So the camera perspective does help, and the shadows that you use when you're dropping the blocks. I think if those shadows weren't there, it kind of would have been a little bit trickier.
Yeah, it's a strange game, because like unlike Tetris, you're just always focusing on the shadows. Like you don't really look at the block as it's falling as much as you do stare at like the exact placement of it. So yeah, we very early on figured out like we have to have direct light, like with like no other lights interfering or making the shadow go anywhere. It just goes straight down so that you can always see exactly where your block's going.
And when you win or beat a level, you get to destroy the tower you made. Where did that concept come from? So we were joking that's a stupid little thing, but it is so much fun.
Yeah, I think it really makes the game, like, in terms of just, like, flow of, like, oh, there's the challenge, you're, like, making it through the stage, it's really hard, possibly. You beat it, there's a sense of relief, and then you get to take out this cathartic thing where you just wreck it. Just another, like, silly idea that came to me, and basically basically any weird idea I get, I try to put
we're
in the
trying
game
to see
if
what
it
happens.
works. Yeah, and turned out to be the most fun thing. At first I thought it was going to be some kind of challenge, but then I realized it's better just as kind of like a toy that like you just get to do it to clear the stage. You don't have to.
So when you lose 3 times in a row, you can then get your aggression out by you're like, I won.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drop the F-bomb, but screw you, blocks.
Yeah.
Here we go. So what platforms is it going to be on?
Yeah, we're definitely coming to PC, Mac, and Linux on Steam. Already through Greenlight, so that's definitely happening, and then also PS4.
Awesome. We love those PS4 games.
Yeah.
Where can they find you and more about Stacks on Stacks on Stacks if they'd like to get more information?
Yeah, so you can check us out at SoSoSgame.com, so SoSoS Game, or follow me on Twitter at IanSunstrom.com. So
cool.
Not .com, Ian,
.com.
at Ian Sunstrom. So
cool. Thank you so much, Ian.
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks so much,
it.
Keegan.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching, and as always, welcome to the second level. Bye.
It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.